How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Retro TV 91, and this time I'm reviewing Arrow Season 5, Episode 22, and what happens on this week's episode, the flashback scenes. Kozlov captures Oliver, and he captures on Lian Yu, and he gives him this drug that makes him relive every painful moment in his life that he's ever endured. So every time Kozlov touches one of his stars, it feels like it just happened just then. And it's showing all the stars. It's showing when he got stabbed by Billy Wintergreen. It shows when he got whipped by the guys in the last season flashback. It shows another instance of something else happened where he got shot or stabbed or something. And Kozlov puts him in the cell and gives him a gun and tells him that the longest a person has lasted is like 13, 12 minutes, something like that. And Kozlov thinks Oliver can last 14 minutes. And then Oliver gets a vision of Shadow's father, and he's telling him to kill himself. Like he sacrificed himself for Oliver. Oliver needs to sacrifice himself for everybody that he knows. And he almost does it, but then he gets a vision of Laurel, and she tells him to come back to Starling City and to be with his family. And Oliver shoots the lock on the cell door and walks out. And that's all that happened in the flashback scenes. What's happened in the present day, Oliver's team is getting taken out one by one, and the reason they're doing this is because Adrian Chase has set this up for Oliver to set Adrian Chase free. And Oliver's staying firm. He doesn't want to do this, and he tells Felicity and John to go somewhere and not tell Oliver where he's going. And Talia Abdul stops them in the middle of the road, and they try to run her over like they did Isabel Rochef, and Talia hits their car with a sword, and they crash into an 18-wheeler. And then Talia and her men capture them. Well, Black Siren and Artemis has captured Quentin Lance and Thea. And Quentin Lance, this is the first time he's meeting Black Siren, so he thinks it's his Laurel, but Thea has to tell him about the multiverse and other Earths, and he knows that this is the Laurel from Earth 2, and it's not his Laurel. And even though that this is not his Laurel, she still wants to protect him because it reminds her of her Quentin Lance, her father, and that's the reason she's helping Adrian Chase to protect him. And what else happens is Adrian Chase shows Oliver that he has William, and Oliver breaks Adrian Chase out of jail and lets him go free. And Adrian Chase says he'll meet Oliver on the boat, and flies off in the helicopter. Well, during this episode, Michael Merlin comes to help Oliver, and Michael Merlin helps Oliver decide to let Adrian Chase out. And the reason he wants to do this is because he wants to save Thea, and he tells Oliver that Oliver would do anything for his child. This is what happens. Oliver is trying to protect William, and he lets him go. And at the end of the episode, Miss Al comes, and at first Malcolm Merlin doesn't want to work with her, and Oliver tells him, and he said he would do anything for Thea, and he agrees to work with Nissa. And he tells Oliver to tell Nissa that what he needs to tell her, and he tells Nissa that Talia Abdul is facing off against him. And they find out that they go to Lian Yu, and when they get to Lian Yu, Oliver asks Slade for his help, and Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, is going to help Oliver Queen. And that's all that really happened on this episode. My question for y'all is, now that Slade Wilson is free and helping Oliver, what's going to happen with that? As always, Preacher Man R&B signing out. Guys, Luigi's Austin. This has been our episode of Retro TV 91. See you on next time.